You guys want to check out some college players?
Sure.
Yep.
So I made a little note. I was going to start our own big board. We'll watch maybe one or two or three players an episode. We'll just kind of make our own judgments on them, and we'll make our own like top 10, top 15. Well, not top 10. The Niners pick at 11. Maybe our top 15 or so players, and we'll have our own little big board for when the draft rolls around. Now, I have no interest in looking at 4 players. Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, because we're not drafting either guy.
Yeah.
And then Travis Hunter, because he's not going to be there at 11.
Mm-hmm.
And Abdul Carter, who everyone thinks could be the number 1 pick. He's the edge rusher from Penn State. And he's like Micah Parsons or something. He's not going to be there either. But essentially everyone else, who knows, could be available at 11. So today, we're going to watch a couple players from the University of Michigan. 2 D linemen and 1 corner. Let's start with the corner.
Ooh-wee.
So this is Will Johnson. Well, before I play any of this, let's talk quickly about drafting a corner at pick 11. If you're going to make that pick, first of all, I love the idea of having Demo, Bernardo Green, and assuming you hit on the pick, another third corner, like that's a stud. I love that idea. Of course, you never know if you're going to hit, but if you did, I love the idea of having 3 excellent corners in the secondary. That being said, if you're going to draft a corner that high, what qualities do you guys need to see from a player like that?
He's got to be a freak. He's got to be locked down. He's got to have like the coverage stats to show that he was one of the best cornerbacks in college football. And then he's got to pair that with also being a freak athlete and having like some God-given ability. So I want stats that show he's one of the best, and I want like a freakish athletic profile.
Okay. What do you want to see, Steven, from a top 10 corner?
Speed and toughness. I want a guy that's going to hit, that's going to tackle, that's going to be physical with receivers, and I want a guy that's going to be able to keep up with just about anybody.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Speed is very important. We know the Niners like their corners to come up and play the run and hit and make tackles like Mooney. I will say it. I'll add a few things to that. The Niners play a lot of zone, so you got to be able to play off the ball and play in zone. But every corner drafted in the top 10, top 15, hell of a first round, you have to be able to play press man coverage. Mm-hmm. On the line of scrimmage, lined up from a guy like Jamar Chase or Tyreek Hill, and not flinch. And you can't get burned. So the speed helps. If you do get burned, you can catch up. But you've got to be able to play press man. And, of course, ball skills. When the ball is thrown at you and it hits you in the hands, do you drop it? And everyone says, that's why he's a DB. Or do you make a play and catch the ball? Those are things I want to see. So let's check out. We'll watch the shorter video. All right, I got this muted. And these things kind of happen fast. So I'm also going to playback speed, just slow it down a little bit. So this guy's number 2. All right, so he's already jumping around.
He's big too. He's like 6'2", 202 pounds.
Yeah, and so that one.
USC was ranked 11 at some point last year. That's crazy.
Probably not after this game.
Is it stuttery? It's kind of stuttery for me. Is it that way for you too, Steven?
Yeah, like it's a little, yeah.
It's hard for us to watch it. It's like...
well, I did slow it down. I wonder if that's what you're seeing. Let me just go ahead.
Now it's looking all right.
Yeah, it looks fine now, actually.
So he can run far, based from what I've seen on the first 2 plays.
He's got good form when he's running. So like right there, he's playing off. Okay.
Give me that.
Ball skills. So he's definitely, if the ball is near him and it hits his hands, he can make the catch. I hope Jaquaski Tartt's watching.
Ooh.
That was an easy one.
That was an easy one. Bad throw.
He looks big out there too.
So there's some press
There's
man.
some press. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah, and he
What
stuck with
was?
him the whole way.
Yeah. Honestly, that is my favorite play so far.
Ooh, look at
Yeah,
him jump
I
that route.
agree.
And that's my second favorite play right there because that was physicality, like I was talking about.
Yeah, he clearly. It's like he can see what's coming. There you go. There's your run defense right there. Yeah, it feels like he just knows what's coming. There's some press.
Do you know how many picks he had last season or anything like that?
No, I don't want you to look that up. See if you can find it. And good play, fighting through the hands, knocked the ball away. Still playing off ball. Give me that. That looked like Mooney against the Steelers in Week 1 last year, 2 years ago. So he's clearly this dude's got ball skills. Like if the ball's thrown near him, oh, there's Michael Penix. Oops, great catch.
Looks like last year he had 2 picks, and
Oh
in
my gosh,
2023 he had 4.
We're
threw it right
seeing
in his
all of them.
chest. Yeah, we're seeing every one of them.
Isn't that funny? I mean, I get why. I know it's like the most exciting plays that DBs can make, but like his highlights are just all these picks.
I
And it's
know.
like, that's what, going to be less than 1% of his plays?
I know.
Like,
That's why watching the highlight reel obviously is not the most valuable thing. But I want to be clear for anyone who happens to be watching this.
That's good
We are
coverage.
not football scouts.
that's
We are
right.
not analysts. We are not coaches nor players. We are just fans trying to get an idea for what this player is.
Yep.
And right now I'm seeing a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
We are podcast hosts.
Yeah.
Nice
There you
um,
go.
tackle.
I like that. Good tackle.
so I hear what you're saying, Ryan, like the idea of 3 stud corners. That sounds like
It's enticing, right?
yeah, sounds like an awesome luxury to have, but I don't feel like a third stud corner is going to have the impact that a stud interior defensive lineman is going to have. And like that's going to help your corners like as much as anything, right? Like you can have a good corner look like a stud corner if your D line is being disruptive enough.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's been the Niners' kind of mentality for years. Is we'll just have okay defensive play or defensive back play, but we'll have an elite front seven that'll make up for those guys.
Yeah.
I love that. Come up and make the tackle. All right, so
Oh,
I'm gonna cut it short right there. That's Will Johnson. Uh, looks like a stud. I've heard people compare him to someone made a comp. I don't say someone, like I just saw this on Twitter. This was like people who actually do this made a comp to Patrick Surtain,
wow.
which he's coming off a Defensive Player of the Year award. So I doubt he's Patrick Surtain, but clearly looks like a pretty dang good player.
Speaking of corners, I know we're trying to get into the draft, but I've also seen some reports out there connecting. Is it Asante Samuel Jr. to the Niners as like a potential landing spot for him in free
That's
agency?
interesting.
I wonder.
Yeah,
I don't know how much he's going to cost. I know he's a good player. I feel like I would rather have DJ Reed if you had the choice
Oh,
between the two,
that's my free agent crush.
but um, if Asante Samuel Jr. can be had for more of a bargain, not a bad third corner, in my opinion. And like,
he's
once
younger.
I feel like that's a good way to go where you can still use pick 11 on the trenches.
My free agency strategy is if you're going to pay players, pay them their second contract, not their third. Like Javon Hargrave, the Niners give him his third contract. That's a mistake. You give Reed, DJ Reed, a contract. That's his third contract. That could be a mistake. You give Milton Williams, the other D lineman from the Eagles who had a big year. That's his second contract. He could. I've heard like Grant Cohn and others say, "Hey, don't make the same mistake you made with Hargrave by paying Milton Williams." Well, Milton Williams is like 26. Javon Hargrave was 29. Third and second contract to me, that's the key. And I'm talking big contracts. Of course, if they brought in Joey Bosa, if they gave him a 4-year contract, yeah, that's a disaster. But if you give him a 1-year deal, you can give players their third and fourth contracts if they're smaller and shorter. If you're going to give out a big contract, it's got to be a second contract, not the third, unless it's a
Yeah.
quarterback. That's different.
I think if they bring in Joey, it's going to be a 2 or 3 year deal. I think it'll be more than just a 1 year, and I think it would be, well, nothing is really guaranteed, right, in the NFL. So, but anyways, sorry, we're getting off track on the draft. I just couldn't help but think about watching the corner and your point, that
Mm-hmm.
there are other options or other ways to go for corner without having to use such a premium pick when you already
Right.
have two good ones, or at least we hope two good ones.
So far, it's looking that way. So, all right, let's take a look at Mason Graham.
Oh yeah, baby.
I believe he's number 55. So let me ask you guys the same question. If you're going to draft a defensive lineman at pick 11, what do you want to see?
Oh my gosh. So interior, I want size, I want strength, I want hustle. I want to see him chasing ball carriers down.
He's got a motor,
He's got to have a
to say.
motor. Interior, I want a high run defense grade. Pass rush, I'm less worried about. And even like athleticism, I'm less worried about. I want strength. I want hustle, and I want a high run defense grade on him.
Man, you're picking all these things. It's all good stuff. I was trying to keep it simple, like one or two things. I want the next Justin Smith.
You got him.
Okay.
That's what I want. I just want somebody who, I mean, it's all the things Chasen said, but if you really had to narrow it down, I feel like it is the motor, just the constant hustle. I just want somebody who's going to work every play, because I feel like it can get mundane and it'd be easy to just take a play off. And I want somebody who's just tenacious, and some, like, people don't want to play against him because he's going to bring it every single play, and he's just going to be physical as hell.
Yeah. Old linemen just know they're going to be in for a long day. They're going to get worn out going against this guy.
Right.
So, like, some things I want to see specifically, if you're going to have the wide 9 defense like the Niners do, and there's going to be big gaps between your defensive tackles and your edge rushers, then your interior guys have to be able to eat double teams for breakfast. Javon Kinlaw was supposed to be that guy because he was so big that I don't think his knees would let him. So when he got double teamed, he got thrown out of the club. You have to be able to anchor and take on double teams and let guys like the Bosa brothers on either side of you eat. So either take on double teams and just hold your ground, and if you can beat a double team, I want you on my team.
Can I give you some quick stats on him?
Yeah, go ahead while we watch him.
He is 6'3", 320 pounds. So big fella. Not crazy tall, but definitely tall enough at 6'3". And
Can you guys see my mouse, by the way? You see me doing this?
I don't see a mouse.
No?
I see it.
I was gonna try to circle him.
No, I see it.
Yeah, now I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just try and circle him.
Last thing, he's Pro Football Focus's. He graded out as the #1 interior defensive lineman in all of college football. So the stats are there to support it.
I really don't think he's going to be there at 11. Like, I feel like it's
we'd have to trade up.
It's not like it's not worth falling in love with him. I feel like he's probably going to be a top 5 to top 7 pick.
Yeah, I see him go 5 a lot.
I think you're probably right. Love that. Shed that block and stuff that dude. The other guy we're going to watch, the next guy, he's projected to be like a more mid to late first round pick. And he's even bigger than Mason Graham. He's freaking huge. In fact, we can probably find him on these plays. I think it's him right here, Kenneth Grant. Oh, boy. There's your hustle. That was pretty explosive. That looked like an athlete right there.
Mm-hmm.
Who's at pick 5? Is that the Jags?
I think is it not the Jets? Let me see.
It might be the Jags. Jags are 5 or 6.
Jacksonville Jaguars are number 5, and this mock draft has them selecting Mason Graham.
Boo.
They need to convince the Jags that Debo still has a lot in the tank and give them 11 and Debo, and maybe even throw in something else to go up to 5 so they can get this guy.
I can hear even Harper said that the Jaguars might get Mason Graham.
She was upset about that. Yes, as soon as she heard it, she stormed away too.
Yeah, Kenneth Grant is number 78. So this is the other guy we're gonna check out.
That's
He
a
just
thick boy.
he's huge. Jason, look up his size. He's even bigger.
Oh, you're talking about what's his name?
Kenneth Grant.
Okay. Is this like a second round guy?
He could be 11. He's going to be a mid to late first round
There
pick.
he is beating your double team that you wanted to see, Ryan.
Yeah,
Holy
I
crap.
love that. Here he is
He's
up here.
6'3", 342 pounds.
Yeah, and he's athletic too. Oh, are we going to get a field goal block? Sure are. Yeah, draft this guy. Gross.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty sweet. But I don't think that'll happen. I don't think the Jags are going to give up pick number 5 for just that.
Oh, no way. Here he is.
He is my like number one. If a miracle happened, this is the guy I'd want out of the draft.
Well,
Maybe we got to start spreading rumors about bad stuff that he's done so he'll fall.
yeah, this guy's a freaking jerk. Are you kidding me? Heard he smokes weed on the weekends.
And he kills kittens for fun.
Oh my God. He's undraftable.
Yeah.
I'm taking him off my board.
Yeah.
Jaguars should too.
Yeah.
Oh, look at those uniforms. Who is that? Oh, Illinois? Those are hideous. The helmets look like they're are they going for the old school like leather helmet? There you go. You showed that block. Okay. Watch that play again.
I'm seeing some good things out of 78.
That's what I was gonna say. Watch 78 right here. Just blow by that guy.
Yep.
And just totally screwed up that play and pushed him right into Mason Graham.
Michigan had both of these dudes.
Yeah. Let's watch Kenneth Grant here for like 2 minutes and then we'll move on.
I'm trying to find where Kenneth Grant is projected to go, and I'm not really seeing it.
All right, 78 here. Okay, shut up. Oh my God. No Dre Greenlaw suplex there.
Kenneth Grant is projected to go 17 to the Cincinnati Bengals in this Yahoo Sports mock draft.
Who's the D tackle from Ole Miss?
I've done so many mock drafts. I see these guys' names. I would recognize it, but off the top of my head,
Like
Shawar Turner.
Is it Nolan
maybe?
Something or?
Oh, Walter Nolan. Yeah. Oh, that looked painful.
For me, Ryan, the screen is paused on the end of the Mason Graham highlights, but
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized I just started playing the other one, and didn't actually switch. You see it now?
Yeah, see it now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so here's 78 right here. Yeah. So this guy's huge. He's like 340 pounds or whatever, and he's supposed to be really athletic. And I think Will Johnson's probably going to be on the board. Mason Graham probably not. This guy should be available at pick 11.
Well, if he's projected at 17, and if there's still a couple D tackles available, maybe the Niners could do a trade back thing if they only have to go back a few spots, and still get this guy. I wouldn't hate that if they do pick up some extra capital out of it.
Man, he's taking on a double team there. Oh, he got the interception. I was like, what is he doing on this play? Big guy interception.
Good ball awareness. Skills.
Nice, he's got ball skills too.
That's right.
All right.
Drop him into coverage.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be Salah's new wrinkle. All right, so let me
We're
let
going to
me just
rush
share
all of
this.
our linebackers and have our D tackles drop into coverage. They'll never expect it.
So do we agree that the top of our big board is Mason Graham?
Yes.
Yes.
So who's two?
Is this like realistic
No, these
or
are just
like,
our rankings on who we want for the Niners, just based on the three
oh,
guys we've watched so
Just based
far.
on who we've seen. Yeah.
So between Will Johnson, the corner, and Kenneth Grant.
I'm going the interior defensive lineman just because I think it would be more valuable.
I'm converting Chasen. I love it. What's funny is I was going to go the opposite route, but I have no problem. I feel
Really?
like it's splitting hairs. I just feel like from what I saw, Will Johnson looks like he's pretty damn good and probably a better corner than Kenneth Grant is a D tackle. But for the Niners for that pick, I have no problem with putting it in the order that we did.
All right, let's do one last thing and then we'll get the f out of here.
But that means, like, so do you guys feel like, let's say that came true, because it is possible. Niners are on the clock at pick 11. Will Johnson and Kenneth Grant are available, and they go Kenneth Grant. You're going to be like, okay, cool. I'm good with it because it's D tackle. You're not going to be like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, they passed up the better player. Because I've also heard some stuff, and I know it just depends who you believe and whatever, but I've heard some stuff about um, there not being that many first round grades in this draft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like Lynch usually comes out before the draft and says like we've graded X amount of players that have like last year. I think he said there was like 20 something players that they gave first round grades to,
Mm-hmm.
which is a weird thing to say when you're picking at 31 because that means you're probably picking a player who you don't have a first round grade on. And I think Grant asked Lynch, "Did you have a first round grade on Ricky Pearsall?" And he basically said no comment. Um,
Wow. Not going to lie
come
there,
on,
John.
come on, John. That's when you say yes, and we were thrilled to have him. Just like
Mr.
when
Politics.
that first year when they said two of their top three guys they ended up with, because
yeah,
if they weren't going to get Solomon Thomas, they were going to go Reuben Foster.
I know.
Oh my God. Would have whiffed either way
There
and
were no
did whiff on
quarterbacks in
both.
that draft worth drafting, so don't even bother looking
Yeah,
at
that's
them.
true. There was
Yeah.
just a bunch of scrubs. I don't even know if any of
It's
those
a
guys are still in the league.
Probably
weak
not.
draft. That's Mitch Trubisky was in that draft too, right?
Yeah.
He's
Well,
number
Yeah,
two.
somehow the Niners still didn't have the worst first round pick, even after they whiffed on two.
yeah. I'm sure every team is. Well, every team before Mahomes is probably like,
I remember
what could have been.
I remember the Bears fans were pissed at the time. They were like not about Trubisky, like just about the trade. Like why did you guys give up extra capital to let the Niners go back one spot?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
get.
the
Well,
Niners were geniuses that year after they pulled that
They
off. And
were.
then, yeah.
until the greatest quarterback ever was drafted, like 7 spots later.
And both of their draft picks didn't work out.
That's
They got
gotta
like what, 1 year productivity out of Ruben?
it's gotta just kill Chicago though, because like they actually
Oh, yeah.
drafted a quarterback and they've been desperate for a franchise quarterback for like ever, and they could have
Mhm.
had the man.
You know what's funny is if Mahomes gets drafted by the Bears, I guarantee you right now he has 0 Super Bowl wins, and people are probably talking about him like, yeah, he's a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
They probably talk about him like they talk about Josh Allen right now. It's like he's
I
super
don't even think he'd
good,
be that
but
good.
oh,
He'd
all
be more
right.
like Justin Herbert,
I was yeah.
one of the 5 to 8 guys or something. Anyway, this has been my favorite mock draft because it's free. Other ones try to charge you, and they do like trades and stuff. So, let's just see what a draft looks like. So these first 10 picks will go really quick,
Okay.
and then
Where'd they take
I'll
Mason Graham?
yeah. So let's just see how these went.
He went 6 to the
The
Raiders. Wow,
Raiders.
look at
Raiders
Abdul Carter
is.
going 4. Crazy.
Oh, I bet the Patriots would be
Ashton
so stoked.
Jaunty.
Dude, the Patriots would be over the moon.
Yep.
Let's Let's grab Jaunty and pair him with McCaffrey.
Yeah. Look at everything we've talked about this whole episode, Chase,
Right out the window.
Chauncey's on the board. Get him.
Yeah, that would just be a disaster if they did that.
I don't even know.
So-
Well, actually, are there any guys that stand out to you? Like for me, Kelvin Banks Jr.
That's who stood out to me.
He's
So,
and Tyler Warren.
I heard a compelling argument for Tyler Warren, honestly, but I feel like you're supposed to take best player available always, but I feel like you gotta go with, like, there's not a defensive tackle that's worth it there, so I feel like you gotta go with the best offensive tackle.
Yeah, I'd probably go Kelvin Banks. Did it say we have a trade offer? Who's on the
so
line?
we can take a look at the trade offer. So
Dallas wants to move up
to
a
move
pick?
back one spot, give up pick 139 and get Dallas's second round pick. Trade all the way back to 20 with Denver,
What?
get 51.
I would accept Dallas's offer.
I would accept it too. It just sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, so they came up for
took
Luther
somebody we
Burden.
weren't gonna get anyways, and we just picked up.
Cool.
Man, we are geniuses, guys.
We are really good.
John Lynch. Anytime you want to call us,
we are right here.
You can
Because
put-
this
Can
is
we look?
definitely how the draft is going to play out, just like
Yeah.
this. So
Do we have any other trade offers?
yeah, so all right, Cardinals pick 16 and pick 78. I like that one.
I would accept it.
Tampa Bay 1953 and a fourth.
It's hilarious because, like, I would accept it. Like, we're just gonna keep trading back and not get any players.
I mean,
32 picks, but nobody drafted until the third round.
so like Armand Membu, I hear a lot of good things about him. He's another tackle. He's really good. Jalen Walker is like, if the Niners drafted him, he would replace Dre Greenlaw on first and second down, and then on third down, he'd be rushing the edge opposite Bosa, and he could even be a Fred Warner replacement. Like, this guy's supposed to be a freak at linebacker.
So I guess your question here is, like, how much do you believe in Banks? Because he's pretty well regarded as the top tackle, right?
Well, it's Will Campbell.
Oh, okay.
It's Kelvin Banks. And then if you scroll down a little bit, Josh Simmons. Now, Josh Simmons, a lot of people thought he was going to be a top 5 pick. But he tore his patellar tendon in October, which is scary to me. I would rather he just tore his ACL. Patellar tendon ended Weston Richburg's career.
Oof.
So that's scary to me. He's obviously a lot younger, but and then obviously we got this pick right here. Move back 4 spots and pick up pick 78.
I mean, I do kind of like that offer, especially because there's anybody that is just wowing me.
I like it.
So
Who'd they grab?
Look at that.
They got
Kelvin
Jalen
Banks
Walker.
is still
So
there.
now I would say take Kelvin Banks.
I would agree.
Yeah, and if he wasn't there, I like Membu.
Where is
and we
our
lost
guy
Walker.
at that we just draft crushed on a little bit? The other
He's-
interior.
Right here, Kenneth Grant, number 31.
We'll get him with one of our extra picks. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Right.
We can wait on him. Can we trade up late in the first round, or is that not possible?
So when I first started this, I picked fast, so it just cycles through the picks quickly. If I did it slow, I could pause the draft right here and we could offer a pick.
I
But
think,
it's really tough when
I
it's
think
going
you got to
fast.
go with Banks.
Let's grab Banks.
All right.
Wow, we did great.
See, like, if I just hit pause real quick.
Oh, wow. Look at Genty made it all the way down to the Bills.
Man,
Where
Mike
did,
Green. I really like Mike Green. I don't want him to be an Eagle.
I like Mike Green a lot too. I want to talk about him on a future episode.
We'll definitely take a look at him. Maybe next one I'll highlight a couple edge rushers.
So
Mike Green is projected to go to the Niners at 11.
get Kenneth Grant right here.
Gosh,
Whoa.
yeah, that's...
What?
I wouldn't expect him to be there, but in this draft, he
That's a no-brainer.
So here's our picks. Yeah, we got Mike McGlinchey.
Mike McGlinchey
Well-
2.0.
God, I hope not.
Could be.
Colton McKivitz, you are now a backup, and Kenneth Grant. I don't even think we need to look at the trade offers.
So Steven and I are both happy. We get our future offensive tackle and interior D lineman.
Now's when it
Pick
gets
75.
now's when it gets interesting. But hey, look at that pick that we picked up coming up a few picks later.
78. Yeah, so we got two of the next four picks. So we got um another D tackle right here. I like Alfred Collins from Texas.
6'5", huh?
6'5", 313. There's a corner.
Corner's interesting. There's a safety.
There's an edge rusher right here, 6'3", 250.
High motor.
High motor at good instincts. He can be effective against the run.
You guys aren't realizing that it's third round, so it's going to be a running back here. Don't you guys know?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just skip right to the running backs.
Yeah.
DJ Giddens. I actually like Giddens a lot.
Who's the best tight end that's available right now?
Not anyone.
Nobody's showing up.
Chris Paul Jr.
Gunnar Helm. I like the tight ends in this draft. I like Gunnar Helm, Elijah Arroyo. I like all three of these guys actually.
Is that the Iowa guy that you were talking about?
Yeah, Luke Lackey right here. He's projected way lower. And Jackson Hawes down here is, I think, kind of a sneaky pick. The other guys I don't know much about.
Well, you can go back to all. I was just curious.
I don't know. We could go with whatever. We could just take the top edge, top corner. I don't know.
Safety, elite playmaking, pursuit, tracking, tackling.
It's interesting. His last name is Winston Jr.
I like this guy too. UCLA linebacker. But we have two picks in the next four. I guess we could take a look here, move back a couple, swap picks next year.
Yeah, not really too
thanks.
intrigued by that.
No thanks.
I kind of think I think we should just take Darian Porter, the top cornerback, but I don't know. Or top edge,
transition
Kyle
from wide
Kennard.
receiver, elite burst, top end speed. I like to scroll to the bottom because it usually critiques.
Yeah, I want to
him.
see his weaknesses.
He's entering the league at 25.
He's
Holy
an older
crap.
player.
Okay,
Who
that
needs to
sounds like a
develop
project.
quickly. A project at age 25. I don't know.
What about that edge from South Carolina?
Yeah. High motor dude.
Yeah, high motor. I clicked on him earlier.
Can get overpowered on occasion.
Yeah, no. If I'm going to draft you, you can't lose reps ever.
Says he has high football IQ, though.
Smart guy.
I know another.
Edge? Let's draft an edge rusher.
I feel like we should.
I was thinking the edge and then your linebacker that you like with the next pick. Assuming he's there.
Wouldn't you like that, Houston?
Go away, D'Amico.
I mean, Darian Porter is still there if you wanted him.
Oh, wow.
Or you could get that Alfred Collins guy. You said you like him. I mean, let's really fortify the interior.
I'm down.
Yeah, the thing about the defensive tackles is there's a bunch in this draft. Shamar Turner, Joshua Farmer I like. JJ Pegues down here is really interesting because he played at Ole Miss, and they use him as a fullback on short yardage. He scored like 4 or 5 touchdowns last year.
I'm good going with your linebacker.
The UCLA guy?
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, basically his critique was like he doesn't have a ton of experience and he can be a little over ambitious. I was like, okay, so he's Dre Greenlaw. He's a young Dre.
What's his age?
Doesn't say. I wish they had the age there. It doesn't say.
It's pretty tall.
Let's get a linebacker.
I like it. I'm
Don't
over
trade
the
with
trades
rivals.
at this point.
Man, there's still.
Gunnar Helm?
I like both these tight ends here. Gunnar Helm, 6'6", 250.
Wow.
Make catches over the middle.
Crisp
Sounds familiar.
How's
Good
his
routes,
blocking?
Went
dependable
short
hands.
to intermediate.
Well-rounded skill set.
I like him.
Gunnar
I'm
Helm.
down.
And then Elijah Arroyo, dynamic athlete, Impact passing and running game. He's fast.
Speedy.
He's a willing and effective blocker. So
Exposes
he's a
Interesting.
tryhard.
concerns about he exposes concerns about it. I don't need somebody very raw. We already had
Very raw.
Latu and those guys.
Oof.
I say get
All right,
Gunnar Helm, get the 6'6" guy.
yeah,
Yeah,
give
I'll
me
grab
Gunner.
Gunner.
I like that pick.
Oh, there's a
There's
safety.
a couple safeties popping up
Couple
here.
safeties.
Billy Bowman.
5'9", no thanks.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Well,
Jimmy Ward.
That's Earl Thomas right there.
Okay.
Well, Jimmy Ward was a first round pick, so I guess not.
So was Earl Thomas.
David Walker. Oh, I like this linebacker down here too, but we just
There's
got
that
a
guy
linebacker.
Kobe Bryant. I've heard about him.
There's a Mamba.
Another one.
His nickname is the Mamba.
Distinctive quarterback.
Ball hawk. Physical defender. Isn't afraid to step up against the run.
I mean, I like that.
If we haven't drafted a a cornerback, I'd be down.
Sebastian Castro. What do you think?
Just
Should we snag
imagine
a
a
corner
draft
here?
room.
I feel like
with
it's
them.
a little bit of a reach to get him.
Well, our next pick is 138, so he's probably going to be gone. He's the highest
Probably
rated
gone,
corner.
yeah. Who else do we got? Are there any good O linemen left? I mean, there's, like you said, there's still a bunch of D tackles on the board. I feel like we need to fill out the O line a little bit more, but
There is later. There's some
Howard Cross the
guards.
third.
Well, at the minimum, we're set at tackle right now. We just drafted our new starting right tackle, and assuming Trent comes back.
Yeah, but
we
I
got our
want
starting
I
left.
want an interior O lineman too.
Garrett.
Garrett Dellinger. That's 149. So yeah, that'd be a little bit of a reach probably. How about the Mamba?
All right, do it.
Get the top rated corner. Matt Barrows, who covers the Niners, wrote an article and he picked all of his players who he thought would be good fits for the Niners, like just based on traits and what the Niners look for. And he highlighted Kobe Bryant.
Look at the Seahawks picking up Garrett, one pick ahead of us.
Oh, those freaking jerks.
Punks.
Demetrius Knight, I like him. I like Ollie Gordon. You can snag a little running back there.
Well, it's probably time, round 4.
And Kyle's so pissed it took this long, honestly. 6'1",
Massive
233.
running back.
He is big. Power, speed, good, plenty of experience, pass catcher.
Athletic limitations. I'll pass.
All right.
I really know nothing about these guys at this point, so it's just shooting in
Yeah.
the dark. I mean, I've heard of Dylan Gabriel, obviously, because he was the
Yeah.
quarterback for Oregon.
Oh, there's JJ McGeeth right there. You can get our second defensive tackle and a fullback replacement. On the linebacker.
Safety
would-
from Alabama.
I would love to try to get another O lineman. Like, I guess we can maybe do it in round 5 if there's not anybody here that's.
The Niners don't have a 5th round pick this year, unfortunately.
We didn't pick
Oh,
one up in
yeah.
our trades?
No. Oh, I guess in this draft, maybe. I guess we'll see. Oh, there's Luke
I
Kandra.
mean, you could get your guy JJ Pegues if you like him.
There's Malachi Moore. Playmaking safety, thrives in the deep field, a true center fielder. That's what we need.
Yeah, we do.
Because we have strong safeties. We need a free safety.
I like him.
Did we get a safety?
I don't think we did.
No.
I'm down.
All right. Malachi Moore, you are a 49.
Get us a Bama. Roll Tide. That was a lot of picks that went by. Holy crap.
Yeah, I think your boy JJ Pegues is probably gone now.
He did. So, I asked Alex, my friend Alex, if he wants to come on the podcast and talk UCLA. Because this guy, Oluwafemi Oladejo, this guy's really good too.
Coming soon.
6'2", 260. He's it says linebacker, but I think he's an edge rusher. And I think he could be
I
nice.
think we need to get a O lineman here. It's been too long.
Connor Colby. Marcus
They got
Tate.
Marcus Tate. See, they don't have all the bios here. 6'5",
It's a big
315
fella
out of Clemson. Connor Colby, 6'6",
Iowa.
300.
I
A
think
little
that's going to
lighter.
be more along the line of what Kyle's going to want.
A skinny boy.
Probably moves better.
I like the Marcus Tate's from Clemson.
I like that Connor Colby's from Iowa. They know how to block in Iowa.
All right.
But I'm good with either one. I don't know anything about either one.
Me
Let's
neither.
grab the Iowa guy, make Kittle happy. Is this our last pick?
Your
No.
guy
We got
Luke Lackey made it pretty far, but he didn't quite fall to us. But we already got our tight end, right?
yeah.
Oh, he almost fell to us.
So go look at our pick.
Jackson Hawes. I know Larry Kruger loves Jackson Hawes.
I'm down. I don't
Ooh,
mind.
Tyler Batty. I've heard a lot about Tyler Batty too.
I'm good with that too.
Go look at our picks,
6'5".
Ryan.
Highly instinctual. At this point, we probably will have a repeat position.
Well,
it's not a bad idea to take two.
I was going to say another defensive tackle, but I don't know if there's anybody worthy of it.
Patrick Jenkins right there.
If you like Tyler Batty, like if you've heard good stuff about him,
most of my draft information comes from Larry Kruger. He goes really deep. He loves Willie Lampkin too. He's a smaller guy, could be a center, but he's like a all-American elite wrestler. He is
short.
He knows leverage. Honestly, I like Tyler Batty. Get another edge rusher.
I'm down. Look at Trevor Etienne. I assume that's Travis Etienne's like brother or something.
Brother, yeah. All right, we need a running back.
No, we don't need one.
Jackson.
I'm kind of disappointed that we're coming out of this draft with only one D tackle and two O linemen.
Yaha Black.
This guy's name is Thor. He's got to be strong.
He sounds like it. Grab a receiver.
I don't know any of these guys anymore.
We didn't draft a receiver.
Go look at our picks.
That's like a strong draft right there. I mean, those first five look like
Robert
slam
Saleh's
dunks.
got to be happy with this draft. There's some sweet defensive players for him.
Yeah, we went heavy on defense.
Well,
defense and offensive line, I think, that's pretty much it.
Let's see if there's a center guy we could develop. Oh gosh, these guys are ranked pretty low.
So what about defensive tackle?
Another Iowa. Oh boy, 6'5", 340.
Stout
broad
build.
shoulders,
Excellent.
thick legs, and long arms.
Excellent power.
Sounds like a first-round pick to me.
Doesn't play with great leverage.
Doesn't have many pass rushing moves, but Chasen doesn't care about that.
That's true.
Below average career pass rushing production. Wow.
Consistent tackler who's hovered below 10% each of the last 3 seasons.
Man, are we going to get another Iowa guy?
Well, I mean, this guy's from Georgia. Consistently produced throughout his career. Fluid interior defender, good hips, light feet, high motor. Maybe this is our guy. Below average tackler. I mean, we're at the end of the 7th round, so yeah. Why don't we take a shot on the Georgia guy?
I mean, yeah, when in doubt, go SEC.
There's our draft.
All right.
And we picked up a second-round pick from Dallas next year.
Yeah, that's going to be a top 10 pick in the second round, too.
You should screenshot this and post it on like our YouTube.
I have actually tried, but the YouTube posts that you do, they're kind of long form. I don't know if you can see me.
Just screenshot this.
They're like this instead of this, so I can't fit it.
Really?
Send it to John Lynch and just say you're welcome, and then tag Robert Saleh.
So that's
I'm sure Robert
players.
Saleh's on Twitter. I'll also
10
send
players
job
in a pick.
applications. Say we would love to be in the war room.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the discussions like we had going on in the wardroom?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I'm
If we
down
had
to take a
$900
Georgia
million,
guy.
we could buy that 10%, and then we'd definitely get in the war room.
I would
Oh
love
yeah,
it.
we would.
I'll keep saving. We'll see.
If I had $900 million, I would strongly consider that.
I know. If I was like if I was Elon Musk or something, I was like, why wouldn't I buy part of my favorite sports team?
All right. Well, we went long.
Yeah, that was a good episode. We might have some special guests coming up, by the way. I'll tease that at the end of this episode.
That would be sweet.
Oh yeah.
We got to do some more prep for those. Writing down some questions. Hopefully we can get a couple guests on soon. That should be fun. We'll see how it goes.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks,
See you guys
guys.
later.
See ya.
Peace out, fellas.